1983 and welcome to another video blog. Today I want to talk about
region blocks.
Now, if you don't know what regions are
selected areas across the world where you can only watch movies from that region.
They have been around for quite a while, since DVD era.
Now, this was not an issue with VHS cassettes. I don't know if you guys remember VHS cassettes, but there was something called VHS back in the day, which was basically like cassettes.
Originally, the first popular video format was video or VHS. This is a VHS tape. This is how it looks like. Or actually, it's a placeholder, a requisite. It is actually a cleaner, but it serves its purpose and has to show how a VHS would look like. These videos were region free.
They didn't have the technology. I guess they could have made like cassettes with different dimensions. So if you bought like movies in the United States, there would be Betamax, and then in Europe you had to buy VHS. They could have done it, but there wasn't. There's one cassette for the entire world.
Basically, you could buy this movie. This is not a movie, but you get the point. Buy a VHS tape anywhere in the world
and see it at home.
Then this is an analog format, so I guess that is the main reason why.
Moving on, the point is, then DVD came,
as you can see here,
and then they started to use this region.
And this is a region 2 DVD, and this is a region 1 DVD. Funny enough, or ironically enough, this one is an American one in region 2. This is a European one or a British one in region 1. So I could not have bought this one on DVD in the United States, and I could not have bought this one in the United States and played it without problems originally. That was the original plan with DVD regions. But then, after a little while...
Well, most DVD players either came region 3 or it was very simple to make them region 3, which meant that I could buy
any movie on any websites across the world and get it at home in my mailbox and play it as it should be. But it's not like that, is it? No.
When Blu-ray came around, I did not jump on the next one. I've never been like this feinschmecker who really need to have like a picture, crisp, perfect sound and crisp, perfect picture. That is for feinschmeckers. That's for people who want to be besserwissers. As a person who watched a lot of movies on VHS, DVD was a good format. I felt no need to upgrade to a
Blu-ray edition yet. Blu-ray is better, most people would say, but to be honest with you, I think the differences are small, almost irrelevant. But I do have some Blu-ray movies. When the Blu-ray movies came out, I stopped buying DVDs and started buying Blu-rays when I finally got around to getting a Blu-ray player, which was on my Xbox. Why buy? If the price is the same and the availability is the same and the format is superior, then I would have, and I have the ability to play it, I will of course buy the superior format, which is Blu-ray. And so I started buying Blu-rays. But I haven't like replaced the old DVDs with Blu-rays. That would be silly. Although I have bought
some, very few buyings of on Blu-ray, but that's not my end goal to like upgrade every movie I own. The DVD is fine.
Moving on, the point is that I bought this one, and that's when region blocks started to annoy me again, because they always annoyed me. And they are everywhere. They are online, they're offline, they're on disc. They're everywhere. They can make it difficult for you to do what you want to do. They will. So I bought
Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, Medieval Dead
on an internet page on our website, international store, and I actually did not know there were Blu-ray regions. Now I could say that that's my naivete, because of course there are region blocks. If they could put it on, they would add it on. So they have on Blu-ray. And I bought this Steelbox edition of Army of Darkness, thinking that, oh, Steelbox, that would look good in my shelf. And there are 3 movies in there, one being the original one being the director's cut, and one being the, ironically enough, international version. But the international version is, of course, region blocked. So this international for your United States audience. Because when I put
The disc in the player, it says region blocked or it could not be played.
or something like that, and then the pain began, because I thought, because as I said, I did not jump on the Blu-ray format. Since this is a late bloomer, this is a old format now.
That they would release region-free Blu-ray
Players,
like they did with DVDs, but they didn't.
I went to the store and said, can I get a Blu-ray player that is region-free so I can play this one goddamn movie that is a American read-based? And as it turned out, that was a problem, wasn't it? Yes. No format, no Blu-ray player that I've seen in the stores in Norway are region-free. Now, the first one I bought, because I bought 2, I opened up, they were allegedly, first off, the first 2 stores I went to said it can't be done. It can't be done, there are no way. And I refused to believe that. So I went to a third electronic store, and then they said, oh yes, every one of these Blu-ray players are region-free. And then I bought one, put it home, put the disc in, region blocked, cannot be played. I bought this movie for 200 kronas. It's not a lot, but it's mine. I bought it with my money. So I was kind of infuriated, and then I started Googling it, DuckDuckGoing it, trying to figure out, have I misunderstood something? Like, this Blu-ray player, is it really region free? Is just some kind of thing I have to do? And as it turned out, no, there isn't. There was that disc player were not region free. Now, there were on forums rumors and perhaps and even confirmed that there were like codes you can do. You could like download a code and burn it on a disc and then put it in the Blu-ray player, and then for some reason that would make it region free. But I'm not gonna do that. I want a bleeping Blu-ray player that is region free from when I open the box, like with most DVD players, or at least something you can unlock with your controller. But no, you have to download something and install something, and then it will become region free. So no, would not do that. And then I went back to the store, and then they said, "Oh, this one is region free, but you have to do it with your controller." So I bought that one back, and as it turned out, no, you can't. You can't do it with a controller. So I returned that one too. And basically, as of now, I have no region-free Blu-ray players.
And there seems to be really more strict rules now about Blu-ray players. Like, according to the guy, I tried to buy a Blu-ray region-free Blu-ray player. Seems to say that if I got caught in the customs, they would confiscate it. That's a rarity to get a region-free Blu-ray player. It's more or less illegal.
So this movie, I have to watch it I have to watch it on my PC, and then and then of course install some secondary software thing, because that's the thing too. A little bit, I know it could be boring, but this is like the story of this. DVDs, when they came out, had consumer-friendly ideas about like everyone who wants a driver can get it for free or something like that. Like, so every PC came with a DVD encoder or reader or software, whatever. But then Blu-ray came around, and then they won, and they said, no, we're gonna hog the license, we're gonna do all kinds of things. So basically, they made it. So basically, when I buy a PC now, it wouldn't come without a disc at all, because they couldn't like put a DVD player into it, right? So they instead of like opting for Blu-ray because of their license and insanity, they have decided to make everything in the cloud now, everything in stream, disc free, right? So, but I have a DVD Blu-ray burner, which is no problem. You can burn DVDs without any codec, I think, but you can't read, can't play DVD Blu-rays without a codec. So I have to install like one, and then I have to look for the free one because I'm not gonna buy paid for money. For some reason, like VLC can play it, and then I've done a lot. I tried to do a lot of things to get this one to play on a PC. A lot of problems. Probably got a lot of nice, good viruses too, because I desperately and annoyedly downloaded all kinds of things to make it work. And then I finally got to play it. And it was not like a really good experience, but that was not the point. The point was I bought it, I'm gonna watch it, god nag it. So, but that's when I really got pissed off with regions. Now, why do they have regions? Now, that's because intellectual property, which I'm not against per se. I think that I'm a creative person, a creative individuals should make money out of their work. At least the worst thing, my principles on intellectual property and piracy is that the worst thing is if you make money out of other people's work, right? And that happens a lot too, fully legally, like when an artist dies. If an artist dies, the repackaging, the rebranding, that it goes only to the companies that produce them, that the men behind it. There are a lot of people making a lot of money out of other people's work legally, but now I'm talking about illegally, piracy. I think it's mostly questionable when people are like, if I were to like take this disc, rip it, burn it on another disc, and give it to a friend for money. Like, you can give me $20 and then I'll give you a copy of this. I think that's the most questionable type of piracy, and then the other ones could be like debated, but I digress. The point is that I am for intellectual property. I'm against people making money out of other people's work, whatever that work may be. But I don't think this is why they have put regions on. That's because they just want to be a-holes. They say that this is to avoid piracy. Like, since I can't play this one in Norway when it's produced in the United States, somehow that will stop piracy. But to be honest with you, MPAA or whoever is behind this stupid solution, I feel more tempted to do piracy now than I ever was before. Because I bought this with hard-earned money, cash on the nail or whatever it's called. I bought this with my money. I should be able to play it on my Blu-ray player. Okay? There's no reason whatsoever that I get to pay the same amount of money as any US citizen for the same product and not be able to watch it because of your idea of what should and shouldn't be. There's something called intellectual property, fine, but there has to be limits. You know, there has to be consumer concerns and also freedom of expression concerns. And some people don't think like that at all. That if I were to even showing this disc, some people would say, "Oh, copyright infringement." You know, this is like a design, right? Copyright should be only one have only one concern, and that is that the people who make it makes money out of it easily without other people making money out of it. That's the only thing that they should be worried about. But no, there's all kinds of things, and the only reason is to be like power hungry. That could be the only solution. There's no. This movie is old when I bought it. This is a classic movie. This wasn't made yesterday and was aired on the cinema. Showed on the cinema United, because that could be one reason. Like that could be one reason. That's the one reason, is that some back in the day, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there were a time delay between movies being shown in the United States and Europe, and there were actually possible sometimes to get the movie from the United States by DVD or VHS before it was actually aired or shown in Norwegian theaters. I could guess that could be a commercial reason to do this. Like, oh, you shouldn't be able to buy this before you can watch it in the cinema. But now we are in a new age, the digital age. Although these formats I'm talking about are digital too, but we are living in the internet world.
Oh, but we are all in the cloud now. We're all in. We're all about streaming now,
right? And there are still bleeping regions. Now I own a streaming site subscription for Netflix. Now I thought when I started to watch on Netflix there were way too many Norwegian movies. I hate Norwegian movies. I don't like them. I don't want to watch them. And there was a lot of them, and a lot less of the movies I wanted to watch. And then I discovered that, the availability in my country is different than in the United States. So I got, and that was illegal, I think. I don't think I'm confessing to a crime. And if I am confessing to a crime, then it's unintentional. I did not know it was illegal. But there was like this browser thing you can buy. No, not buy. I don't buy anything. If it should be free, so I can enjoy what I already have paid for. So I got something called Media Hint, which made it like basically like when I went on Netflix, they noticed that they thought I was from the United States. Basically, that's what it was. So I got the American version of Netflix with. Which usually, like for instance, when they had television shows, they usually were like 2-3 seasons ahead of Norway, stuff like that. And also there were different choices of movies. There weren't any Norwegian movies. There were a lot of American ones. Then MPAA region block heads decided, you can't do that. You can't do that. So, Media Hint then were not allowed anymore on Netflix because, God forbid, I could get access to American database of movies. No, I can only get the Norwegian one because reasons, I don't know what. Copyright, money, something like that. And the problem is that it's not consumer friendly at all. And if it's not consumer friendly, then that's bad for business. And especially bad for business when piracy is an option. When piracy is an option, that is a problem. So,
anyways, guys, buying a Blu-ray from Amazon that you think is region free is just like this. You got something you didn't expect. I'm not a man. I'm a girl. When I buy a Blu-ray from Amazon, I expect to get a region-free Blu-ray that I can play on my Xbox. When I click on a video with a man talking, I don't expect getting a girl talking. So anyways, guys, I'll be back to normal right away.
And that is what I would like to say. If you buy a Blu-ray for the same amount of money, it's not like I bought it with fake money. I bought it for real money, Norwegian money. I should have this option to watch it. I feel cheated, and I feel tricked, and it's insane, and it's like you would have thought that when the internet became international that the regions would disappear, but they are there too, on Netflix, on HBO, on any of those. There are always like these restrictions tied into whatever geographical area you are in the world. And I'm not a globalist at all, but I think that if I buy something for the same amount of money, the same service, the same product, no matter where in the world I am, with the same amount of money, then I should get access to the full service, the full product, without problems. That's capitalism. Region blocks are not capitalism. That's just some kind of insane copyright idea. Something that has nothing to do with reality. And it's like corporations. Now, I know that when people say the word corporation, it's automatically like socialism and all. No! It's like corporations are not anybody's friend if you are a capitalist or not a capitalist. It's the same idea. It's like they don't care. They're too big and too bloated to care. That's what happens. That they don't care. They don't care if I'm a satisfied customer because I have to buy it anyway. Because they have the more or less the monopoly, right? There are only one format for movies now, and that's Blu-ray. I know you can still buy DVDs if there are any argumentative people out there. It's not what I'm saying. It's that if I want HD versions of disc movies, Blu-ray is the only one I can buy. There's no HD DVD anymore, and they know it. That's why they treat me as a fool because I have no choice. It's either this or streaming, and I hate streaming. I add this as a final point. Streaming sites are bad. You need disc options because you can't have 10 different services that are region blocked.
I don't like Netflix. The selections there are bad. Most of them are post 2010 movies. If I want to watch like Citizen Kane, I don't think I could actually watch that now. That would be a movie that I could have perhaps wanted to watch and can't watch every movie in the world on Netflix. You have to basically have like 10 different streaming sites.
And so you can't get anything you really want. I want to watch Citizen Kane. Okay, then I need that streaming site. And it's available for like a short amount of time. Then I gotta have to get this streaming site. You know? Like almost every movie on Netflix are like after 2010. And I don't like those movies. They're bad. They're horrible. On an objective scale, 99.9% of movies made post 2010 are bad. They're brain candy. They rot the mind. And I want to watch movies before that. But you can't. Because Netflix buy a lot of movies for cheap that they can stream to you and me. And then, of course, they are region blocked. So I can't get the specific type of brain candy trash from the United States. I have to get the specific brain candy trash that is supposed to be for my geographical area. And it's BS. BS, BS, BS. Thank you for watching. See you next time.